What can you realistically expect in your first 6 months of your photography business? Now, I've been in this game for about 15 years. So, in this video, I'm going to give you a realistic picture of the marketing that you can do that'll really light the fire to get your business going, some realistic goals for how much you might shoot, and a few tips and tricks for avoiding burnout. Hi, I'm Kate Byers, and I've been a photographer for a long time. I started in weddings and I moved to high-end portrait sales that focused on framed artwork. But lately I've had a life shift. I became a single mom, and now I do primarily mini sessions throughout my year as my main source of photography income. And I teach new photographers like you how to start and grow a successful photography business. Now listen, my number one trick for this first year of business, for these first 6 months of business, is to please have something you're doing that provides income. I have a rule about how much income to have. So either you need to have a part-time or a full-time job that is funding your life, or you need to have enough savings to get you all the way through and not just to your first booking season. So if you're a wedding photographer and you have enough savings to get you all the way through the next wedding season, wherever you are, so in most places it's summer, or if you're a mini session photographer like me and you have all the savings you need to get you through the next fall or spring, you're in a good place. Or hey, if you have a spouse or partner that's willing to pay for your groceries and your rent, you're good to go. I never had that. I always had to support myself through my own photography efforts. So I'm going to speak to you from a place of brass tacks. Let's get serious. Let's make it through. And let's make sure that we're surviving so that we can build a good business. Why am I telling you about money right at the beginning of this video? It's because every good business move really comes from a place of centeredness and a calm nervous system. So I never really want you as a photographer to be in that place where you're feeling like antsy about where the next paycheck is going to come from and you don't know if you're going to make it. Because when you're in that place, and I have been in that place before, that's why I'm telling you this. When you're in that place, you tend to make knee-jerk decisions. You don't always do what's best and strategic for your business. And I'm guilty as charged. I won't ever do it again, but I have run like a flash sale, discounted things. This is not good for your business, not at all. All it does is teach people that your brand is less valuable than you say it is or than is listed on your price sheet. So what I want you to do is I want you to set your prices, stick to your guns, because your prices are going up. They're not going down, and you have no need to discount year over year because you're in a nervous place about money. All right, now this next tip may seem like a no-brainer, and why are you telling me this, Kate? But I want to tell you my number one marketing move, and it is crazy simple and pretty much free. And that is, the more photography activity you just cause yourself to do, the more photography activity that is paid will come your way. Let me give you an example so we can flesh this out. So I have a friend that was my friend my first year of business, and I was watching him grow his photography business. And all he was doing was picking people out of his life and his community to come be his models, and he would shoot them for free and give them the images. This is what I'm talking about. The more you're just out there shooting and developing as a photographer, putting it on social, sharing it with people, the more buzz and momentum develops around your name and your community, because people are going back and they're showing people the images and they're talking about how great it was to work with you and you're such a delight and why wouldn't anybody hire you? The more of that stuff you do, the more people are just going to magnetize to your brand and your person, and they're going to want to shoot with you. Your name is going to be on the top of their mind when they're like, oh, my sister-in-law is getting married, or it's fall. Who do I know? I know them. So the more you do of that in your first 6 months of business, the more it's just going to come your way. Here's the fear, and I don't want you to have it. The fear is, and people might talk in your ear a little bit about this, the fear is that you're doing it for free, right? People will say, oh, don't work for free. You're worth more than that. And it might be your Aunt Sally or your mom telling you that. And just take it as like they believe in you. Take the good, filter it out, but also believe what I am telling you, which is that you need to be out there shooting. After this first 6 months, or maybe after this year, depending on how fast you go, you can stop shooting for free at all. And then let Aunt Sally's advice kick in, where you really do need to charge what you're worth and you really don't need to waste your time on free shoots. But for this first momentum building time, shoot for free, shoot as much as possible, and share it on social and your site as much as possible. So I want to tell you about how life plays out after that first 6 months. In my business, which is primarily a mini session photography business, I only really shoot in fall and spring, and really most of it is in fall. So for the whole rest of my year, I'm not really shooting paid shoots. Now, what am I doing during that time? So what I'm doing right now, since it is not fall shooting season, is I'm running giveaways. I am writing emails to my email list. I'm writing blog posts. I'm running a meta ad. I'm doing a ton of things. I'm also shooting for free actually this year because there are a couple of different looks that I wanted to try out. I've never done them in a paid situation, and I wanted to test gear. I wanted to test looks. And so I've just been shooting, getting families to come join me, and I'm shooting those looks for free because I'm just experimenting and seeing if I like it or not. So, yes, you're setting up a model for how you're going to run your photography business later and how you're going to keep your year full of photography activity, even if you're not shooting a paid shoot at that time. So, marketing. That's really my first marketing move for you. The second marketing move for you, I think, fantastic for your first year of business, and like I said, I do this one, is to run a photography giveaway with a meta ad. Now, that may sound extra scary to you and expensive, but really you can run an ad for about $3 to $5 a day and get those email subscribers coming onto your list and get that brand awareness building around your photography business. Now, how are you going to run it? I'll tell you. What you're going to do is your ad will be about your giveaway. Hey, I'm running a photography giveaway. I'm giving away a mini session, whatever it is you're giving away. And when they click on the ad, they'll go to a form and enter their email address in order to enter the giveaway. Now, I use Flowdesk. It's easy, it's aesthetic, it's my favorite one. I've used a lot of email service providers through the years, but I like Flowdesk. So that's what I would recommend. Go make yourself an easy form, pop up your ad, and start getting those email addresses coming in. Now, be sure to target the ad to your geographical area. So for me, it's a pretty tight metro area. I really don't shoot outside of that metro area. For you, if it's weddings or destination weddings, I don't know if you want to give away a whole wedding, but I think an engagement shoot would be great, especially if you don't have to travel too far for it. So I would set your radius to an area that feels good for you, where you could reasonably knock out a free engagement session and without too much cost. And let me give you a few numbers on that ad. It's just going to be a few. So if you've got a 2 to 12% click-through rate, so 2 to 12% of the people that are seeing your ad click the button, and if you have a 2 to 4% click-through rate on your form from Flowdesk, which is what I love, then you are doing great. I know that sounds small and oh my God, I'm going to spend $5 a day on 2% of people clicking through my ads. Actually, in ad land, these are pretty good numbers. So you like it because it's adding to your email address list, and you like it because it's creating buzz around your brand out there in the world. So last but not least, how do you avoid burnout in this first 6 months where you are madly business building? You might be working a full-time job on the side. How do you avoid doing so much that you just wind up in a puddle on the ground and don't want to do photography anymore? I know you're in your first days and that seems like unimaginable. I know my first year I was like, I will never not like photography, but it can happen. So the number one way that I have for you to avoid burnout is that I want you to batch work. I want you to knock out one big block of things all together, and then I want you to rest. So for example, if you are portfolio building, I want you to set up one weekend where 10 families come to you or 5 brides and grooms come to you, and you knock out a big portfolio build, then you edit them the next week, and then really you just let yourself rest for a week or two so that you're not always in this spin of constant activity. Or you can do like I do. I will sit down at a coffee shop for 1 or 2 days in a row and write all the emails in my welcome series that talks to my subscribers every week. And then I'll rest. I may not even look at email for another month, aside from looking at my metrics on the back end. So I hope this video helped you. You're going to do great in your first year of business. Let me know in the comments if you have additional questions or if something didn't seem clear. I make videos every day. Make sure to subscribe so you see the next one tomorrow. And if you want to run a business like I do, mini sessions, which happen on 10 weekends a year, and you can make 6 figures no problem, even multi 6 figures, I do have a course for you called the High-End Mini Session Blueprint. It's only $47.50, which compared to a mini session hour, which should be between $1,000 and $2,000 per hour, this is nothing. It's a really good deal. So click on the link below. It will take you right there. It gives you the full arc of how to do mini sessions, from marketing them to booking them to how to shoot the session in a short amount of time to delivering those images to clients afterwards. It's the whole arc. It's not expensive, and it will help you get started in this amazing business that gives you back your time and your life. Bye guys, I'll see you on the next video.